I think that's certainly true. I know that in my years in medicine and in my years at Pfizer, I'm surrounded by people who believe that mind and body and spirit all work together in a very mysterious way. I'd also say that having had a dad who died from Alzheimer's disease, who was cared for in the home, and now being involved with my mother-in-law as well, supporting her, there is a redemptive quality to caring for people. As we care for people, they form us as human beings. And so part of the aging value to society, I think, is to be exposed to the process of caring. Also, senior people and mature Americans, they're very honest, and you can learn a lot by listening to them, and the pace slows down enough that you actually hear what they have to say. So I think there's a redemptive quality involved with taking care of people who have a need in the later years of their life.
San Diego, California.
From NBC News, this is Today with Katie Couric and Matt Lauer, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
Meanwhile, Ann, did you know that America is getting grayer? There are more older Americans today than ever before. In fact, people over 65 years old make up 1/3 of our population. One of those people is former Senator Bob Dole. We'll talk to him about healthy aging and some other topics in just a few minutes.
Next up, Senator Bob Dole on healthy aging, right after these messages.
This morning on our continuing series, Forever Young, A Guide to Life After 50, Healthy Aging. A recent survey shows that Americans are living better and longer lives. Former Senator Bob Dole's latest campaign is promoting healthier living. He's here with Dr. Mike Magee, Senior Medical Advisor for Pfizer, the company that sponsored the survey. Senator Dole, Dr. Magee, good to have you both here.
Good to be here.
Pleasure.
I guess healthier is the key word. It doesn't matter if people are living longer if they're not enjoying their life, so we want people to live healthier. What was the idea in conducting the survey?
Well, these senior Olympic athletes, of course, are terrific role models, and what we found with the Pfizer Pulse survey is that there were certain things that they did that were a little bit different than everybody else.
And you wanted to allow those people to kind of share, it's kind of the tricks of the trade, or at least what's worked for them with other people.
Absolutely. They say, for example, stay current. 69% of them have used the internet, and they're very avid readers. They say stay connected. 41% of them are still working, and they're very committed to family and friends. And they say stay in control. It's surprising that about 2/3 of them have chronic diseases and are on prescription medications. The difference is that they saw their doctor early and often and controlled the diseases rather than having the diseases control them.
Senator, it's strange to hear people who are living longer,
right.
And one of the two reasons they give for that has nothing to do with health, has to do with your mind.
Mind.
I mean, connected and staying in control.
Exercise your mind and your body every day, and staying connected, and all the things that Dr. Magee has said. And you know, the key though is particularly for men, is seeing their doctor. Men just don't go to the doctor. And you've got Father's Day coming up on Sunday. The best present you give your father is take his hand and take him to the doctor, because he can live a lot healthier and happier life if he's had medical treatment.
When you look at these statistics of just how long people live in this, did you ever think that when you were 30 years old, did you ever think that when you were 76, you would still be considered part of the middle age
Oh,
group?
no, I thought when you reached 40, 45, you were middle age. Now,
because your parents...
Yeah, my father lived to 75, my mother to about 81, but I think 1/3 of the people now consider if they're 70, they're middle-aged. So, you know, Senator Thurman is 98, going to be 98 in December. I think he'd probably be as a senior citizen, but I'm 76. I don't consider myself old. I'm growing older, but I'm accustomed to going to the doctor, I guess, going way back to World War II. And I try to take care of myself, and I've lost my prostate and my one kidney and part of my colon, but I'm healthy.
And well, one of the things you've also done is you've decided to talk about it, and you've been, you know, you've gotten a lot of attention for talking about it. But how do you convince other people? I would imagine information is power, so how do you convince other people to share and talk about these things as well?
Well, that's what Dr. Magee does so well, because he has the facts. He can tell these people, and he comes from a large family and a number of doctors in the family.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things we've learned is that as remarkable as the scientific progress and discoveries have been, timing is everything. If you come in early, then anything is possible. But if you wait too long, it's not. And it's everybody's job. I was mentioning that as a result of Katie's program with colonoscopy, I had a colonoscopy just a week ago, and they discovered a small polyp. Now, if I waited 10 years, that would be a colon cancer. So it's everybody's job now to get people to come in early rather than late.
I'm glad you had the test, but what scared me a little bit when you said that you're a doctor, and you're in your 50s, and you hadn't had a colonoscopy until you saw it on television.
Well, we're all very
what's
busy.
the average guy? The average guy going, well, here's a doctor. But again, he takes care of himself and does a lot of other things. But it just seems to me that, you know, we all have health problems. We're all going to get older. But let's stay active, exercise. I do my treadmill every day that I'm home. I can't do a lot with my arms, but my legs are strong. And it just seems to me that they're great opportunities, plus there's sort of an obligation to your family. And I want to stay active. I'm alert and stay active, as I'm certain everybody does. And the key to that is going to your physician. And again, with Father's Day coming up, be a great present.
Let me just switch subjects slightly for a second. Social Security is going to be a big issue in the upcoming campaign. George W. Bush says he'd like to privatize certain parts of Social Security, let people invest part of their contributions in the stock market. Is that a good idea?
It's a good idea as long as you protect those who are in the pipeline. I think he does that. I mean, if you've somebody out there relying on Social Security, not everybody's going to be able to say, well, this is what I want to do in the stock market. Some people don't have that expertise. They don't have somebody advise them on a daily basis. But I think he ensures that anybody in the pipeline, or at least I don't know what age he cuts it off, will not have to worry about that. But I think we do need to take up the younger generation. You know, they want to go out and invest some of their money.
Options.
Sure.
One last question. What do you think about a Bush-Dole ticket? There's been a lot of talk.
You mean Elizabeth, of course.
That your wife might be considered for vice president. Do you think that would work?
Well, I think it'd be a great combination, but again, it's pretty much up to President or Governor Bush, the nominee. And I'll bet right now he doesn't know. He still has 6 weeks, and I bet he's sort of going from this one to that one. But he's in the process, and he'll make the right decision.
Senator Bob Dole, Dr. Mike Magee. Thanks, gentlemen. Nice to see you both.
Thanks, man.
It's 8:16. If you'd like more information about healthy aging, just log on to our website. You can find it at today.msnbc.com. And we're back after these messages.